Nations League's over.
Nations League's over.
No way.
It's over. Yes.
How long was that?
Wow, I can't believe it. Are we back?
Oh gosh, you know, as a bunny, I don't usually hibernate that long, but I had to.
Wow,
Well, it's
man,
good
what
to
was
have
that,
you
man? I
back.
can't believe it. Don't ever do that again.
Good to have you
that
all
was
back.
painful.
Oh,
painful.
yeah, let me just wash my face.
Welcome to Top 4 FPL. We're back after a long international break. We're going to be having a look ahead to game week 9 and who's going to spin the wheel. But before that, I think we should have a look at the league and have a refresher where Van Duzel was top scorer at the end of the last game week.
Yes, I was a
Go
top
on, Van
scorer at
Duzel.
the end of the last game week, and I believe I was a top scorer of the month out of the top 4 FPL managers. So, and also that leads to me having to believe then I get to spin the wheel of doom.
Hang on.
Whoa. Herald's
VAR
Galactus
check.
4.
VAR check.
Herald's
At the end-
Galactus 4.
Look
No,
who's
that's not
third.
fair. That's not fair. Oscar's changed the team of his name, and he's
What?
infiltrated me on number 3. That's cheating. How did you do that?
Hey, I'm not going to tell you.
Oh my lord! Are you trying to tell me that VAR has just like claimed me?
Not VAR. I claimed you. What happened was I had a substitution that hadn't come on yet while the scores were updating last time. Basically, Hodgberg came on and bought me another 5 points, and that's where I took over.
No, you've done well. You've done well. You've come back because Bunny was last out of us 4. Now,
He was.
rock and roll Alpinson is literally like falling down to the bottom, really, haven't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say it's Bunny and a tortoise, but no way you guys had a tortoise in this one.
Wow, 17 for CEO rock and
Quick
roll.
recap. Yeah, on the last game, Mitrovic was captain, and Fulham put 3 past Forest. Was it? Forgetting so many years ago.
Yes, it's been a while.
No assists, no goals. It is what it is.
And you didn't use a wild card or a free hit for that week, which I think you should have.
Yeah.
I personally think you made a mistake on the last game.
That
week.
wasn't a mistake. We're going to see it in the double game weeks, as you're going to see. There's some double game weeks coming up.
I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. There's many wild cards, not wild cards. What do you call them again? Chips. Yeah,
Chips.
So many. Yeah, so you do have free chips. So there's many ways you can capitalize on the double game week with your triple captain, with your bench boost, and if you haven't used your wild card. But yeah, don't be afraid to use your chips and wild cards because it's more than once a season. So we'll work it out.
Heralds of Galactus, we thought was going to be spinning the wheel, but after his 74-point game week.
Yeah, and I smacked in a good score that week. It should have been better because I had Saliba on the bench, but yeah, that would have been like literally 89, 99.
You would have been king of the month if you didn't put Saliba on the bench, but and it was in fact.
And that was where Bunny claimed you, by the way, remember?
You were claimed by Bunny.
Yes, I got claimed by Bunny, who told me that he thought Saliba was the only one that shouldn't be on the pitch, and I should put him on the subs bench.
I've got ways of making you go down.
Seconded that, and they told me that I was making a bad move by leaving Saliba on the pitch. So I thought, oh, go on, then they might have a point. I'm not totally blaming you because I should really not listen to anyone and do what I think is right. And actually, what I thought was right was Souček being on there. And after watching that West Ham game, Souček was unlucky not to score, actually. So I don't care.
Do we want to have a quick recap of Nunes theory?
Yeah, I was quite confident I was going to get a top scoring game that week, but there was a few anomalies. I did bring Isak in actually for that week, and he did. Actually, it was lucky for him because he got the penalty to score. And yeah, I didn't see Southampton losing against Villa that week. That week, 10 of those games, Southampton are winning 9 of them, and they went and lost that week. So that was Ward-Prowse didn't do nothing. Walker Peters didn't do nothing. No one did anything really that week apart from Kane. So I got my captain right. It is one of them weeks. It happens. I'm still in the running. I'm still going to win it by the end. So don't think too much about it.
If you're not aware, Gabriel Jesus, his transfer market value has gone down this week from 8.1 to 8. I mean, he scored against Brentford the last game week, and gone down to 8 million. If you see his price, his transfer value has gone down to 8 million.
Yeah, I would think because he's expected to have more goals per minute than he's getting at the moment. He's one of those players that came in his first games week by scoring 2 goals in the first game, and then he has actually taken his foot off the accelerator a little.
No, actually, what it is he was the most transferred out forward this last game week. So people have obviously shifted him out and in favour of, I'm assuming, Kane and Haaland. Those who didn't have Haaland, because in the first few weeks, Jesus was over 80%, owned by over 80% of fantasy league managers, and now that has gone. That position has gone to Haaland. The other thing that, if anybody have got Jesus and Sparky has, I know I've got him in my team as well. I know you've got him, Van Duzel. Is Jesus is on 4 yellow cards now, and if he gets a 5th, and they're playing Spurs this weekend, if he gets a 5th against Spurs, he's banned for the game against Liverpool, so he gets a suspension, and he gets a suspension on his 5th no matter what. And if he gets that before the 19th game, he's suspended for 1 game. So it's only 1 game, but something to bear in mind for those that have got Jesus. So the king of the month, manager of the month, time to spin the wheel.
Oh, yes, and it's not me. Oh, my gosh. I thought it was me, and now it's not me. Bunny's the manager of the month. Well done, Bunny. Yes.
Before we spin the wheel, can we do like 2 dummy spins beforehand? So
No.
Can we please do that?
Trick it. You can't trick
the
wheel.
You just got to spin it, and then whatever happens.
Can you do a demo? Can you do a demo spin so
100%.
everybody could see it?
If you target anyone apart from me, I'll be so surprised that that I won't eat my hat. I'll never eat my hat.
Well, whoever's the biggest threat to me will be targeted. Right. Okay. So
before we spin the wheel, maybe we can have a recap for those that haven't seen the King of the Month episodes before. So we've added our own rules to this game, and Oscar's going to spin the wheel in a minute, and depending on what this lands on, he's going to pick a manager who he wants to punish with one of these rules.
Right. If it lands on don't copy my Nunes, he's not allowed to copy one of your players, so you've got to make him sell that player. And if he's captain nobody, he can choose your captain for you. If it's chip it, he makes you use one of your chips. If it's get rid of him, he makes you sell one of your players. And if it's buy that guy, he can make you buy any player that he wants you to buy. And if it's reverse power, that's a counter attack. So if it lands
Which I don't want.
Yeah, if it lands on counter attack, that means we punish him. Yes, it's going to be counter attack. Yeah. Come on.
There's also break my shape, which is selecting the formation for whoever's team want to pick their formation for.
That they have to play in the next match.
So, Bunny, you ready to spin the wheel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Well, can we do one? Can we do one dummy spin beforehand, please?
No.
Why?
All right, go on then. 3.
No, I know whatever happens, he's going to pick me. It's like I know it already.
3, 2, 1.
Spin that wheel.
Reverse power.
In that wheel. Reverse power. Reverse.
Get rid of him.
I don't mind.
Nobody.
Pick on me. Pick on me. You can choose a captain for anyone that you want. So whoever you target, you have to make them captain a certain player.
Rock and Roll CEO, forget him. He's down there somewhere. You're down there.
You're going to pick me. I know you're going to pick me.
I'm going to pick either.
For me now.
It's either going to be Sparky or Van Duzel. And Van Duzel's trying to do the reverse psychology on me. So before we go ahead, can I have a quick look at Sparky's team?
The theory of Nunes.
So this is the theory of Nunes, Sparky's team. What position were you in our league?
7.
7. What position
7.
was
7.
Van Duzel?
I'm 8. He's 4th.
Lucky 8.
No, I'm 8.
7. So I'm just trying to see who's a bigger threat. Your team is all over the place, really. So I don't really see this as a threat. Can I see Van Duzel's one?
Ooh. So that's Van Duzel's team, Heralds of Galactus. Have you made your transfers?
Yes.
Can I see who's on his subs as well? Can you slide down a bit more? Oh, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Go on, then.
Right. Okay. I want you to put Sanchez in goal and make him captain.
You can't make him do that. You have to pick a captain. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I can do that.
Captain,
he's got Sanchez. He's got to play Sanchez in goal, and I want to make him captain.
Okay, sorry, yes, that's true.
Fair enough. You never know. Might save a penalty.
Backfire.
You have a mighty team.
Backfire.
Yeah. I mean, and Brighton might beat Liverpool 1-0 or something, and
It could.
just
It
might
could.
like save like 20 shots. Who knows?
It could.
They might save a penalty or something.
Nunes
Even
might
if they
end up
lose
scoring the
1-0,
hat-trick.
Sanchez might score more than the Liverpool keeper. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
No, literally, because
It's true.
Liverpool are going to be
So-
taking shots, man.
Yeah,
That is exactly what I want to do. Yeah.
For me, there's no difference between Melia and Sanchez, really. I mean, they're both. No,
I would have gone with making De Silva captain.
Yeah,
Why?
probably something like that.
Well,
I would've
because
said that. But they're
Bournemouth were
playing
at home to
Bournemouth, man.
Brentford. Who else could do it?
anyone can score in my team. I don't think they've anyone, and I don't mind the goalie because I know even when teams lose,
Yeah.
sometimes goalies get 4 or 5 points. So
Yeah,
Actually,
they
that's a-
sometimes.
That's a
if
strong
you make
team.
me captain one of the
Yeah.
players on the thing, maybe they're going to get 1. Do you know what I mean?
So, sorry,
Well,
Van Duzel, your team looks very, very strong. I had to do that compared
No, that's
to
fine. I don't mind. Sanchez is going to save a
you got-
penalty.
you got Kane, Haaland, Jesus.
I know my team is strong. That's why I don't mind because all the
So-
others are going to get lots of points, and then Sanchez is going to do something like save a penalty. No, I know some things like that happen. No one made-
Let's just hope Liverpool aren't on a goal scoring spree like 9-0 like they did not long ago. Oh
That's
boy.
fine.
The
But
thing you've got to
Liverpool-
realise here is that Brighton no longer have Potter in charge. He's gone to Chelsea. Brighton have got a new manager who I don't know if anybody's ever heard of him. And his first game in
I haven't got
charge.
a clue.
This could be a bloodbath at Anfield for Brighton. But
Yeah.
you never know. You never know. Brighton are kind of like a semi-bogey team for Liverpool.
The only thing about what you've made me do there now is I'll be less happier when Luis Diaz scores a hat trick, and that's going to be horrible.
I'm sorry, but I'm
Don't
not
say
sorry.
that.
What can I say?
I might have to take a hit this week. I might have to get rid of Diaz just so I don't cheer for him when he scores against Sanchez.
Well, whatever happens, at least the Nations League's over, and now we've got a full fixture list of some brilliant Premier League games ahead of us. We've got the London derby, we've got the Manchester derby, we've got Potter's first game in charge for Chelsea at Crystal Palace, the London derby again. So, any thoughts on some of those games, Sparky?
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to the Arsenal Spurs game. Obviously, I got Kane in my team, and I think Kane likes scoring against Arsenal, doesn't he?
He
Yeah,
does.
that's a
So
tough
I
one.
think he's going to be a top tip for a captain this week for many.
Really?
Maybe more than Haaland against Man City, but
Well,
Man
what
United.
about Jesus then?
What about Jesus? I don't know. I don't have a good
Well-
feeling about Jesus. I've got him in my team as well, but I don't have a good feeling about him against Tottenham. I don't know why. It's just an inkling. I think Tottenham will take this one. I think Kane is going to finally shine in this game. I think I said that a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
Um,
Bearing in mind they're playing at the Emirates.
yeah, no, that don't matter. Kane is one of them, man. He can pop up
Well,
when
yeah, I
necessarily
mean-
he's there. Yeah.
It's a funny one. Now, I don't know what to say about Arsenal Tottenham. Obviously, I want Arsenal to win. I'm kind of like seeing like a 1-0 or something.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I think maybe a 1-0
going with,
or
like,
or even a
2-0
1-1. I think it'll be like a
Spurs.
1-1 North London derby. Personally,
It's going to
know,
be a cracking game. The London,
It
I
is.
mean, Arsenal Spurs is probably my
Yeah.
favourite derby outside of, Liverpool Everton.
Yeah.
The local derby.
Definitely.
I always enjoy watching it. And the thing is about Jesus, we were talking earlier on, is obviously on 4 yellow cards. If he gets booked, he's missing the Liverpool game, so he's going to be wary of that. And with Jesus, I'm thinking of actually transferring him out in a couple of weeks.
A lot of people are. I was thinking
do,
of that as well.
but I'm not going with the crowd. It's basically with Jesus, he had the same situation at Manchester City. It's like the honeymoon. Is it over? I mean, he scored these last games, so maybe it's been a bit unfair against Brentford. He did score.
No,
I would say that
honeymoon
unfair, yeah.
is over. Honeymoon's over now. You've got to be performing at this stage.
Yeah.
And
He
he
is performing.
is.
He is performing.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
he
we'll
not?
see. I mean, Arsenal.
Of course he is. Of course he is. I mean, he's on the score sheet on the last game. They won 3-0 away. So come on. I mean, what are they doing wrong? They're still on top of the
Exactly.
league. If you say they're not
Exactly.
performing now, I mean, what do you have to do to be performing? You know,
Exactly. They're winning their games. That's all.
just
that matters.
Haaland has been taking the limelight. And because Son scored a hat trick in the last game, now he's back in the limelight as well. So a lot of people are shifting their bank accounts in another direction. That's why Jesus has got
Actually-
competition. He's not the only striker.
No.
With that in mind, CEO, you're
Mm.
saying you might transfer him out, but obviously with me and you, our options are a bit more limited. You can't transfer him out and go for Haaland. So who would you be thinking?
How do you know? Maybe he will.
Maybe we'll get Molly Hopkins.
No, I'm not going to go back to that subject again. But
can I just say one name? That big respect to one name, Ivan Toney. I'm going to say it right. I'm not going to.
I was just going to say,
Ivan Toney has
James Toney.
punched his way into the big league, man. He's got England call up everything.
Did you see the YouTubers game this week? The YouTube All Stars against the Sidemen.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah. Sidemen versus.
What a game! What a game! We should be playing in that game. There's a couple of players who played for the YouTube All Stars who I thought were brilliant. You know, they're players.
I'll play if they want us to play. I'll be happy to play in that game.
Maybe next year we'll be there, isn't it?
Yeah, you never know. Yeah. But no, who would I transfer in? Yeah, I was going to say before Van Duzel got there ahead of me. If I do transfer someone in, could be James Toney, who's actually Ivan Toney. But mentioning Haaland, no, never. But yeah, obviously Manchester derby this weekend. Any thoughts on that, Bunny?
Yeah, I personally think, and I've already said this before, is that Manchester City will win that game. It will be a 3-1 result. Manchester City will score 3, and Man United will try and get their honour back by getting at least 1 goal. I don't see Man United winning that game. 3-1 Manchester City.
Let me ask you this: what does anyone think about Martinez at this point? I mean, I think he's a very good defender.
Seriously,
he's obviously a bit short.
I thought he was a goalie.
To other people. He's a good defender. You don't think so? He's not like a dogged kind of little ruffian, like a pit bull. This is going to be Martinez's moment to shine. He's going up against Haaland, so I thought I'd bring it up.
I mean, whether it's Martinez, he's insignificant. I don't think he's that. Man United supporters will be like they turned on Bruno Fernandes a few weeks ago. They'll turn on him in the not too distant future as well. But having said that, Manchester United always seem to do well against Manchester City. So it wouldn't be surprising if Manchester United win that game. And they obviously beat Liverpool, and Manchester City are peaking way too early this season. So just before obviously the odds are with Manchester City, but
Manchester derby. Obviously, both teams are worthy of winning. Anyone can win that game, but at this moment in time, I'm calling it Man City 2-1. Man City. You know I can't see Man United being on the same level as Man City in this moment in time.
They drop points at Wolves. You know, they've been the same as they are in other game with just another striker. So I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, you can have an odd week up here and there, but at home to their obviously fiercest rivals, I don't think they're going to make it.
Another cracking game that's on the cards, Fulham-Newcastle. I think that's going to be a brilliant game.
Oh, yeah.
Black and whites.
I look forward to that one.
Yeah.
Go on, Mitrovic.
Black and white as well.
Do you know Mitrovic scored a hat-trick in the Nations League?
Nations League?
Well, yeah, I guess that's it for our show today then. Thank you for joining us at Top 4 FPL. I hope you enjoyed our program. If you've got any comments to leave them down the bottom, especially if you've got any ideas for our spin the wheel section.
Yep.
And
subscribe.
Oh yeah, and the subscribes and stuff and all that, subscribing, things like that, and the likes.